Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'd like to call to order this Monday, July 4th, 2023 meeting of the Lake County School Board. We'll start off the evening with a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you would, please rise for that. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, well, once again, welcome to tonight's meeting. Start off with looking at the agenda. Superintendent, do you have any changes, amendments, additions, or deletions to it?
We do. The agenda was revised July 18th and 19th with the chairman's permission to add items 8.11, 8.12, 8.13, 8.14, 8.15, and 8.16 for just cause, and a revised HR personnel list was added today to item 9.01, and the board has been provided a copy.
Excellent, thank you very much. Board members, do you have any items you'd like to pull for separate consideration tonight?
No, sir.
All right, excellent. We have one public input card, but it doesn't seem to address specific items on the agenda, so we'll get to that shortly. Approval of the minutes, Superintendent?
I recommend approval of the minutes from the executive session for litigation, July 3rd, 2023, the executive session for collective bargaining, July 3rd, 2023, and the regular school board meeting, July 10th, 2023.
There's a recommendation from the superintendent with a motion by Bill and a second by Stephanie. Any questions or comments? All right, let's vote on it. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. That carries 5-0 unanimously. No representation tonight, so we'll jump straight into public input, and we have one card tonight from Mr. Banks Helfrich. Come on down.
Banks Helfrich, former Lake County Soil Water Conservation District Chairperson and candidate State House District 25, 9100 Sam's Lake Road, Claremont, the Clay Road District. Superintendent, board, 2 words. They sound a lot alike, and they work very well together. The first one is community, and a 6th grader taught me about 6 months ago that community ends with unity, so it kind of makes sense. The other word is civility, that word that sometimes eludes us, to be kind, to be respectful, to be complimentary, to help, to actually dance, to work together. The kicker about civility and community is that civility is the backbone and the foundation of a community. In fact, what we're doing here right now in this room is civil, and it is a community. I am a sower of civility, a harvester of community. I'm also a sustainable farmer. Once a month, I open up my farm to the public for a complimentary farm tour. The next one is August 12th. It's 9 a.m., and it's at Sam's Lake Road. That's the Clay Road District. The great thing about the farm is it teaches sustainability, the 6 principles of sustainability, from air to water to food to shelter to community, and of course to government, what we're doing here right now. It is the 12th of August. It is at 9 a.m., Sam's Lake Road. Superintendent, board, thank you for allowing me to speak. My name is Banks Helfrich, independent farmer.
Excellent, thank you very much. Mr. Myers, anything from the attorney's side?
Just we have a hearing on Wednesday up in Jacksonville. Other than that, that's all I got.
All right, excellent. Time for our consent agenda.
I recommend approval of the consent agenda items 8.01 to 10.02.
All right, there's a recommendation.
So moved.
There's a motion by Tyler and a second by Bill. Any questions or comments before we vote on that one? All right, not seeing any. Let's put it to a vote. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. That carries unanimously 5-0. And with that, we move into our discussion items, which look like both will result in a public hearing.
Yes, we have a public hearing for final approval of the 2023-2024 student progression plan. Is there anyone here who would like to speak to this item? And seeing none, I feel it appropriate to close the public hearing.
All right, thank you very much. Superintendent, do you have a recommendation for us?
Recommend final approval of the 2023-2024 student progression plan.
All right, there's a recommendation with a motion by Bill. Who's got a second?
Second.
There it is. Thank you, Molly. Any questions or comments before we vote on this one? All right, not seeing any. Let's put it to a vote. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. 5-0. And 11.02, please.
Yes, this is a public hearing for final approval of the 2023-2024 Code of Student Conduct and Policy Guide. Just for the board's edification, I want to point out that House Bill 1521 does require amendments to this code of student conduct, but we have till April 1st, 2024 to comply. So this does not include those, but it'll come back to you at some point in time with those revisions. Is there anyone in the public who would like to speak this item at this time? And seeing none, I feel appropriate to close the public hearing.
All right, thank you very much. Superintendent?
Recommend final approval of the 2023-24 Code of Student Conduct and Policy Guide.
All right, there's a
So moved.
motion by Bill and a second by Tyler. Any questions or comments on this particular one? Not seeing any. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. 5-0. Brings us already to the superintendent report.
So I have one item for the board. As you recall, in years past, the annual organizational meeting occurs the week of Thanksgiving break. And so we have the option to move that meeting to November the 13th at 5:30. It's the same day as the regular meeting scheduled at the commission chambers here, beginning at 6 o'clock. So if we held that meeting at 5:30 and then went into our regular meeting, then we would not have the Thanksgiving week conflict. So
Sounds like a good plan to me. And I see
Sounds like
some
an amazing
some
plan.
head nods.
Good
Okay.
foresight.
All right.
All right,
Ms.
thank
Challenger has that information. Just a few letters of condolence that were sent since our last meeting. First of all, to the family of Nedra Escortia. I'm sure that's.
That's correct.
I got that right?
You did.
All right, my phonics is working good. He is a retired teacher from Eustis Heights Elementary School, and condolences to their family. Also to John Leslie Johnson, he's a retired longtime Leesburg educator, condolences to his family. And also Eugenia West McRoy, she's the the mother of Kenneth McRoy, who was a teacher at Claremont Elementary School. Also, Michael Randolph Sr., the father of Mike Randolph, principal at Leesburg High School, and father-in-law of Megan Randolph, the manager in curriculum and instruction, so condolences to the Randolph family. Also, Rocco Shropshire, who is the husband of Aaron Shropshire, former TA at Pine Ridge Elementary School. Bernard Williams, who was a retired maintenance department employee, condolences to that family. And also to David Roger Wolf, who was the husband of Brittany Wolf, one of our program specialists in Region 2. So condolences to all of those families. Just want to remind you that tomorrow and Wednesday, we have about 300 new teachers at Tiberias Middle School for our annual launch into Lake. We're all looking forward to that and welcoming all these great new teachers. And also Wednesday at 9 o'clock is the grand opening ceremony of the new Aurelia M. Cole Academy. So I hope that's on your calendar as well. So 2 exciting events this week. And then getting ready for August 10th, start of school day. So that's all I have tonight.
Right. Thank you very much for that report. We'll go down the
Got
line.
nothing.
Bill shaking his head. How about you, Tyler?
Two quick ones. First, I wanted to give a huge shout out to the Leesburg area schools. We held our first, what we hope to be annual back-to-school bash this Saturday at Ski Beach in Leesburg. All 9 Leesburg area schools participated. We gave out about 250 backpacks in about 25 minutes. So we're going to up that number tremendously next year. But sponsored in a great deal by the Church of the Lakes, Insight Credit Union, and Burry's Pharmacy. Huge shout out to Leesburg Police Department and really to Dr. Langley at Oak Park Middle School for really spearheading this effort with a group of stakeholders and really making it a huge success. So great day there. And then also a huge shout out to Ms. Jensen Luke for committing to Florida International University on a D1 softball scholarship. Wanted to steal her mom's thunder on that one, but very excited for Jensen as well. That's all I got.
Thank you very much. I actually have something to discuss with the board that might take like 4 minutes. So I'm totally kidding. I don't have anything at all, except that we have breakfast coming up, back to school breakfast that we're really looking forward to. So I know the communities are working on sponsoring those events, and we're super grateful. Whatever, that's all I have.
Yeah. All right. How about you, Molly? Anything?
Just one thing, Tavares, the police department and some community leaders are having a backpack on Saturday. I believe it's at 1 in the afternoon, and they have a great event planned. So we'd like to encourage all the people in the Tavares area to come out and support that.
Indeed. All right. Thank you all for those comments. Just a couple of items. Value Adjustment Board, anybody bring a nominee forward?
I did.
Oh, you did?
I
Wonderful.
did.
Who is it?
I did my research today.
All right.
I would like to recommend Reba Monroe Hutto. She and her husband own Hutto Enterprises. It's located off of Highway 19 there in Mount Dora. Reba is a Eustis High School graduate, and Eric, her husband, is a Umatilla High School graduate. Mr. Mabridge nodding his head. I believe you guys were classmates? Yes.
Okay.
They, I believe, would make I did speak to her, if the board so decides, she would make a good recommendation.
All right. Does the board take action to appoint that, or do I just do that as a chair?
Good question. We're all fine with
All right.
Yes.
I appoint her.
Did you want to look that up? real quick?
And Molly will pass along the information to Natalie, yes? All the
I
contact-
will.
All right, thank you very much.
If it's not, we'll ratify it.
We'll come back if we need to. All right, and then don't forget about the July 31st workshop. We've got a few topics to discuss before our 5:05 budget meeting, and that's set to start at 4, so just be prepared, ready with your questions, so we can get it all within the 65 minutes we have allotted. That being said, any objections to adjourning? Not seeing any. We are adjourned. Have a great night.